Now we're going to make a fantastic card, a book card. We're using the book templates for this, and we specially designed a set for you. Now you've got various options. You can go for the full set, you can go for the large, the medium, and the small. Let's show you first exactly what you're going to get, or the options you can choose. There you go. This one's the Koya Carp book. There's your 3D Koya Carp. And if you're going for the large size, this is the one, you get the lily. You've also got various dragonflies. You've got this nice little watercolour design here that brings the whole thing together. Then we've designed these books. You've got 3 layers altogether, but we've only done it around the edges of these where it fades in, so you're not wasting all your ink. You're not going to, the bits that you're not going to see underneath have not been coloured in, so this is going to save your cartridges. Then we've got the middle section of the book, which is in the pale blue, and then you've got the main section, which has also got a light, just a light dusting of the yellow across there, because we are going to stick over the top, but we just kind of didn't leave it just pure white. Then you can also go, if you want, you can go for the smaller section. This one makes a lovely A5 book card, and you can see all the sections here that you print off to make this particular size that you want, and there's the blue. And you can also go for the small version as well, and you've got the blue on the back there, or you could do this. So you can use 3 different sizes there, but don't forget, if you're going in the book section, the book templates, you've got loads and loads of various options and shapes and sizes there. Right, let's start making the card. Now I've cut out lots of it ready, so you're not just watching me making things. So first of all, you've got to print out all your pieces that you're going to use. And this is the last section of the book, the main part of the book. Now, if you have a template, you can print on both sides. So say you want to, if you've just got like a coloured paper, you could print onto that and then turn it over and print the actual pattern onto the back and cut that out. But this is done especially for the template for your project. So it's all ready to just cut out and use. So all I'm doing is trimming around the edges, and they've all been designed so that they fit over each other perfectly. They're all marked 1, 2, 3. Well, you can see, you know, you're not daft, you can see which is which. I'm just cutting this out. And you've got the pale blue. Now, if you just go on the inside of the black line there, then it just makes it nice and neat and tidy. If you want, you can cut on the outside of the black line. It's entirely up to you what you prefer, but I prefer to just go on the inside of the black line so it keeps it looking quite smooth. And as you can see there, you're not going to waste much ink there because only the bits that you're going to see are printed. Let me just move that before it sticks to everything. Now, down the centre of here, there's a very, very pale dotted line. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can get in close. Oh, you can just about see it running down there. Now, all I'm going to do is take my ruler and my embossing tool. You could use an old biro or something like that, an old ballpoint pen. And I'm just going to crease along where that dotted line is. Now, you can make this wider if you want to, because all the templates are designed for you to follow exactly, or you can deviate off them if you want to. Now, I'm going to just fold that over where I've just creased, so fold it there, and I like to turn it round and just fold it there. Now, you could assemble the whole of your pages like that if you want to, but just one tip, if you want them to be nicely rounded, if you turn it over like so, and just put your steel ruler or a piece of wood or something like that and just hold it down onto the table and just drag it like that, and you can see how the paper's curling, and you can do that as much or as little as you want. So I'm just curling that piece of paper there, as you can see, and if you do it with one ruler like this, you get a nice even curl all the way through the book page, and it's quite simple to do. And you're just curling that around, and then when you turn that over, you can see how that page is nicely curled now. Now, this is going to stick onto the top, so I've got some double-sided tape here. These are foam pads, but you could use tape. I'm just going to slightly lift each of these different layers before I start building on top. Now, this is a 120 paper, but you can obviously do it onto card. You might want to do the first one, layer 1 in card, and then the second one's in a thicker paper, for example. So I'm just peeling the backs off this one, ready to stick down. and then I'll show you the other two. So I've just got the back off the double-sided foam tape. You don't have to use foam tape, but as again with most crafting, you can mix and match. You can make it your own way. I'm just showing you the way that I do it. So there's the third one. So I've got all three sections here now. So there's number one, and as you can see, I've curled that up. I've got number two here, which is the pale blue one, and again I've curled that one up. And this one fits perfectly over the top. Just try and get it right the first time. Don't press it down. And that's going to fit over there. Nope, I'm not pleased with that. So lift it up and do it again. So is that okay? Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, there you go. Can you see how that's, I'm just pressing that down the middle now. And can you see how you've got the book there and it's kind of curling over, and I can lift these up a little bit more if I want to. If I want, I can put a little bit of a foam pad to lift it even more. In fact, I might do that. I think I might do that. Let's just show you how to do that. I'm going to put a little foam pad there and just peel the back off, and then position this, just kind of push it forward a little bit so it bends, and then stick that down so it gives you the more permanent bend in the paper. It's not going to make it go too flat. No, so fat then. And then again, I'm just going to push that up slightly and just press that down, and it's giving you a nice rounded paper. So there's the first part of the book. Now the one that we've just cut out, make sure I get it the right way around. Again, it's all about positioning, getting it in the right place. And I'm just going to press that down there like that. And there you can see there's the third part of the book. And if I wanted to, I could just position that up a little bit more as well, so you've got more of the round. In fact, I will do that. It's great when you're crafting because you can just make it up as you go along, can't you? You can just change it. How often have you started doing something and then you get halfway and you think, oh, I think I'll slightly change this. I quite like that idea. So I'm just pressing that down. Again, it's just rounding the paper more. It would help if I took the back off it, wouldn't it? And expose the sticky side. There you go. So again, just push the paper up slightly dip it, bend it, and you've got the more rounded effect there of your paper. I'm going to do the opposite side as well, and lift that up, a little bit of the double-sided foam, and if you put the foam tape exactly over where the one is underneath, you can feel it through the paper, and I'm just pushing that forward a little bit, bending it down and sticking it, and you can see there how that's nice and rounded. You can tell at the end there how the paper pages separate more and give you more of that rounded paper look there. So there's my book. There's the start of my book. Now, I've taken the coir carp and I've already cut those out, and I've got those ready to stick down onto my pages. And I'm going to stick this one down the right-hand side here, or your left-hand side, and just bend it around slightly so that's lifted off the page. You can see that there's the coir carp. And then I'm taking the next section. You could have just left it just one if you want, but I'm really building this up so you get a really nice 3D effect of the carp. There's the next layer, and then the next one on top of that. Try and get as neat as possible. There you go, there's the next section. You can see how that's building up there. And then finally I've got the little spine that goes down the back. It was spineless, but now it's not. It's a fin actually. And then the next section that goes over the top there, and you've got the 3D coir carp coming down of that book there, and I think that's looking really, really good. Next section, I've got this little strip here. It's just going to tie everything together. I'm just going to stick that down in the center of the next page there. I've got some double-sided tape, and that's just going to go on there like that. Just gives it a little bit more of an oriental feel to it, a bit more watercolour design to the book. This obviously can be stuck onto a piece of card to make it more solid if you want to. Next, I've got the water lily, and if you want, you can just take the leaves like that and just run them through your fingers and just curl them over, give them a little bit more shape. So I'm just wrapping those around my finger, and that's going to stick down onto the card there like that, down there at the bottom. Next one, again, I'm just curling them over. Just curl those over, and that's going to stick on the top of that one. So I'm building up this design. Look at this, I love this one. That's going to fold over, and that's going to stick down there. And finally, I've got the next section here. Obviously, you can do it flat if you want to. You don't have to do it so rounded like this. And that's going to go over that bit like that. And you can see this now building up into a lovely, beautiful book. Now, you could make this as a great picture, frame it in like a box frame and that. Now, we've also got some dragonflies, so I'm going to add those onto here. Again, I've just got a dragonfly with a little bit of a foam pad on the back, and I'm just going to stick one there and one just down there like that. And then I've just got one more little one. I'm just going to stick it onto the top of the lily there. And there you've got a beautiful card with the a book card. Now there's various options you can go for. You can go for the large one, you can go for the whole set, but also while you're here, go and have a look into the section. You can see all the different sizes, the shapes. You've got heart shapes, you've got ovals, you've got rectangles, you've got squares, and using that very simple principle, you can make any kind of book card that you want. I think that's fantastic.